are fully conscious, emotionally fully conscious, you become compassionate. Everything you can feel from your own feelings, you can also, by compassion, feel in others just by copy-pasting a picture of them into your body. And then your own sensory is detecting what the other one is feeling. And this is what we call compassion, very simple. And this is kind of when this transition through the heart is successful.
Okay, hello everyone. Today we're here yet again with Harald, where we do seminars and self-healing and taking responsibility. The sad part is that it's always full, you cannot come. The good part is Harald did it all himself, self-healing and taking responsibility. And today we're going to talk a bit about how you, as an individual watching, can take responsibility and heal yourself and start to go from healing to feel and to be real with yourself. So give a like, subscribe, join the tribe and feel the vibe with Harald. Thank you for being here yet again, making the time and doing so many processes here with so many experiences and deep healing with all these stories and happenings, with all these situations. It's crazy to all integrate it and to absorb it and still have the energy to do this podcast.
To be honest, I don't have the energy to do this podcast. We're doing it anyway.
Yeah, because Harald feels the need, I guess, also to tell the people how would a person heal himself, or how did you do it in your order from your experience? Maybe that is the best thing.
I had an initial piss off with myself that I wanted to be fully conscious and unconditionally compassionate, kind of to feel everything that is happening in others without prejudgment. Do I like what I feel? You know, if you hurt somebody, you don't want to feel his pain, and then you don't feel it. And it annoyed me that it was like some form of choice of my mental part to block out disasters that I caused.
Yeah.
And that was kind of my piss off with myself. And the most fruitful work was me being pissed off in that way, saying I'm pulling back for a month and I'm going to start observing myself 24/7, not eating, not drinking and not eating for 6 days or 5 days, and not eating, just drinking water for 23 days, and for the rest of the month I had raw vegan something to get back to life. And I was just observing myself, doing nothing else, sitting, lying, standing, whatever was most
Just looking at your dark room.
No special meditation technique, just self-observation. And I came across a number of tough points with myself. One was the dominance of the mental, where I knew I can pull myself into my heart, but it was always an effort, and whenever I stopped concentrating of centering here, it automatically shifted back. Yeah. And it was a real piss off, and I wanted to kind of find the reason, and I couldn't control it. So I let go from the attempt to control it, and I said, okay, fucking head, you want to think? Then think. And then I thought something to the end until everything thinkable was thought, and there was no necessity to continue. It took 3 days working on one problem. It was an engineering problem I got stuck with earlier.
This is what many people have, eh?
And it was interesting because when it was done, I finally arrived in that state of emptiness, and then I could see the emotional counterpart to it, which was actually a trauma from my autism spectrum youth, being kind of on the Asperger
Yeah.
type
Mercury
of
poisoning that you had, or
percentage, of autism spectrum, and this is kind of the pain of not functioning in a social environment, of always being, you can think about what could I say, but before you even make it to say it, conversation is already run away.
the moment is gone.
The
Yeah.
moment is gone,
Fucked up.
but there's nothing spontaneous coming out of your mouth,
Yeah.
so you've got no chance to function. And this is
Yeah.
putting a child into such a despair that problem solving was the only contribution I had to society. Having a 4-eye conversation involving problem solving, so I got addicted on solving problems because that was the only thing that gave me relief. It's just now an example. It doesn't mean that everyone is on autism spectrum, but this is kind of the way I started to just scout ways to deal with my own shit. You try to discipline yourself, stay in the heart, center in the chest, observe your voice, that it's always heart-centered, not head-centered.
Yeah.
This is where you can observe where you are, and then you discipline yourself to be in the right spot, and if it doesn't work, it has a reason, and then you look for the reason, and then you look if you can solve it. And revisiting the pain of the child in me brought the solution. Once the pain is revisited, and I realized, okay, I'm adult now, I can carry that pain, I can remember it, fully feel through it, it's not killing me. Then you kind of assimilate the pain in you and it turns into a memory only. And then it's not distorting your behaviors anymore. And like that you can whatever annoys you, you just go to the core of it and check. Actually, at the end of the day, there are 3 things that can be broken. Trauma is just an unexpressed emotion, it needs expression. A split is something you don't want to feel inside of you, so you cut off part of your body and push the content, the emotional content, into the subconscious. And then you need to undo that cut and take the conscious decision to feel into that body part again.
Wow.
If you block away your fear, you're blocked away from your solar plexus. So you can just focus on the solar plexus as the place in the body to find the lost emotion. The body is the tool for it. And the third one is soul loss, when something is so painful that a part of your soul completely splits off, leaves the body, parks itself in a dream space, and survives in that dream space. And this is something that develops a consciousness of its own, so you need to find it, find the traumatic event that caused the soul loss, find the loss itself that is parked somewhere, and then you can start to negotiate with your own soul loss about returning home. And if it agrees, because you manage to be okay with your life, with situations of the quality when it's split off, it will trust you to host it in a nice way, and then it will come back home and the soul loss is reintegrated. And these are kind of the basics. There's not more that can be broken in a soul. Just trauma, split, and loss.
And loss and split is kind of the same. Just with the loss, it's like a full soul aspect is gone,
a loss
right?
is part of the soul living outside of your body.
What does
a split is just a part of your body hosting that part of your emotional capacity being blocked off your consciousness, but it's still in the body.
Like when you have sexual abuse, and the crazy part is they reverted it, like then sometimes in healing sessions it comes in that you had a sexual abuse, and then Yeah, it's because the therapist or the healer said that you had it, then you're now believing it, but it's fake.
No,
but
no,
but you have the visions, right? Or
if you had it, the first thing you will, if it's a real deep trauma causing at least a soul split, you will not feel the lower part of your body. It exists, it has sensations if you touch it, but you do not have body awareness.
you mean the lower chakras?
The lower chakras,
or
the lower body.
the lower body. Yeah.
Yeah, you can be touched down there and it does nothing because you simply don't feel any emotional trigger set off from that part of your body. It's just like a piece of flesh that doesn't belong to you. This is a typical signature of trauma. You cannot enjoy sex because you don't feel yourself when you have sex. Yeah? You need to look down there to see if the woody is a woody or if it's just fluffy, because you have no conscious awareness of that part of your body. Then you precisely know the thing is traumatized.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is where you start with self-observation, trying to pinpoint the problems, and then trying to find the situation that caused it. This is what we call primary cause research.
Yeah.
Many occasions it's in this lifetime, sometimes it comes from previous lifetimes. And you need to dig deeper. And this is kind of the basics. And then we have another layer dealing with the add-ons. Like if you have been abused massively, you will have created some form of body armor to not feel the pain or to protect yourself from painful encounters. Yeah? You do that as a child, you imagine yourself being the knight wearing a metal casing around your chest so that it doesn't hurt. This is something that is imprinted in your bioenergetics, kind of the protective measures the child took, whether it developed a reptile skin or took wartime armors to protect itself, whatever it is, this is what becomes visible because it is consciously manifested as a defense mechanism. And this is something you can unwind. Yeah, if you carry this since childhood, you say, I don't need the armor anymore, I take it off. And this is what you do, you take the armor off and burn it to ash. And then it's not there anymore. It's all fantasy in any case, but you can change kind of the manifestations of your own fantasy by deciding to change them. It's all your creation in any case, so you can make a difference. And then an encounter with another human will be much more sensitive because you allow yourself to be touched without the armor. Personalities, just like a ball of traumatic experience of emotions being encapsulated in a self-organized mental field that avoids you being in touch with that pain inside. Just by maneuvering yourself around it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Personality is taking care of you. It's protecting you from being touched
on the spot.
Painful spot.
Yeah.
And it consists of the maneuvers you have to develop in childhood to not be touched there. And those maneuvers are repeated in a very obsessive form. You cannot not repeat them. If you have the conflict, the solving pattern is expressed by the personality, whether you want or not. The only way out is get rid of the personality, dissolve it.
Consciously, willingly, you know
there are
it's there.
techniques. If you're alone with yourself, you basically learn to observe it first, to exactly know how it's behaving. It's, you have the access bars and it pops out of the access bars, goes into your mental field, and you learn to activate it, and then you activate it, grab it and pull it. And treat it like a demon. You just burn it to ash.
Yeah.
The only thing that is getting lost when you burn a personality is the automatization of the behavior. You just win a degree of freedom. It's not that you lose an ability. So there's very little.
You can still use it if you want.
You can still follow the patterns because you remember how it works and you have the experience and the knowledge to apply those techniques. But you have a choice, which is very relieving. Because sometimes it's a good choice to not take those measures.
Yeah.
This is kind of the second step when you go into removing all the possible add-ons, like body armor, personalities, demonic possessions.
Yeah, you have like kraken and spiders and snakes.
They just sit in the traumatic area and live from your energies and trigger and manipulate you into restaging the primary cause of the trauma to give you another chance to get it right. It's not that they are evil in an absolute sense.
Yeah.
They just make you fall again into the same painful trap, hoping that this time you make it. Call that evil or call that helpful, as you like.
And they're there because you're unconscious of that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you completely lose it. There's no impulse to fix it by yourself because you're just numb. And into the numbness, the entity goes in and triggers and manipulates you to repeat the story until you feel the pain again. And then either you make it or you re-traumatize and you need another side.
And this is like, like how many rolls, how many rounds you need to go.
In German you say, der Krug geht zum Brunnen bis bricht. The kettle goes to the well until it breaks.
Yeah.
Takes how long it takes.
And then when you have done that part, you could say that you have conquered the lower parts back again of yourself?
This is always the first step. In my observation, the first useful step is clearing the lower chakras. When you are fully conscious, emotionally fully conscious, you become compassionate. Everything you can feel from your own feelings, you can also, by compassion, feel in others just by copy-pasting a picture of them into your body. And then your own sensory is detecting what the other one is feeling. And this is what we call compassion, very simple.
Yeah.
And then it's coming to an interesting point when you are fully conscious and completely compassionate. You become a very, very skilled and powerful being because you can read everything around you. You exactly know where other people are. And either you just respect their privacy unless you are asked to look into things. Then you have the possibility to become a very potent healer or someone accompanying healing processes, self-healing processes. Or some people just are caught by their own egos and they say, oh, I must be the Messiah and now I'm going to save the world just because I can. And this is kind of a question that is decided in the heart. Do you find devotion? Do you subordinate yourself under the collective aspects of consciousness? You know, you can become a channel of Source, you can become a channel of Mother Earth, you can become a channel of your higher self, and then you're in service into all three-dimensional directions, 24/7, and you just express higher aspects. And the only thing that is you is the consciousness that is observing, and it's sitting on the last bench in the stadium, watching your life from far away without getting involved because you're just in service. And this is kind of when this transition through the heart is successful.
This is the hardest part, right? Like, for me, I still do not have it
it's not
in
hard,
order fully.
But it's extremely dangerous if you fail. you go into a completely abusive and self-abusive.
If you're not in the
loop
heart
that
consciousness
can take
from there.
years until you crash that bullshit and rethink the basic concepts of maybe I'm not that powerful being, maybe I'm just another idiot that didn't get it. Yeah, it's a real deep pit to fall into. And if this goes good, that you manage to not develop that type of spiritual ego that goes for shiny, then you can start clearing your higher chakras. Then you develop the ability to properly use your third eye, learn to precisely look into previous lifetimes and clear that part of your history. You can open up the crown chakra and refine your connection to the divine. You can refine your ability to express yourself until the entire body becomes a flute, where you use every chakra as a flute hole.
Yeah.
And play yourself in an extremely conscious way.
Wow.
From talking from your head, controlling your throat chakra from your head, which is a very sharp expression, or controlling the throat chakra from the heart.
Yeah.
Or getting a little bit angry. Yeah, down there, centering yourself in, or even lower into the sacral, which is a very loving and touching voice. Or go to where the skilled shamans go when they sing for Mother Earth, into the real deep boom things. Yeah, like a didgeridoo. It's the part that is the least developed in my body, physicality. The lowest tone, I hardly ever practice it. It's not common in our culture, so it's a bit rusty.
And what would you say on, life, right? People work 9 to 5, they are busy making money, and then also me myself just got a kid, and I'm just like, it takes my time, the wife, the house, and how would a self-healing happen in the right order still within the busyness of life itself?
You work double shifts. You do your daily life, and then you take the time to take care of yourself.
Okay.
Really,
Really consciously.
Time you sleep less.
Okay.
Sleeping is overrated.
But still, sleeping is, if you're healed, I don't know. Is it true that they say that then you need just 4 hours sleep in general, and you're like more already generated?
My experience, if I do what I want to do, if I don't waste energy fighting off my own resistance against what I'm doing, if I do what I want to do, in my 20s, I was good with 2 to 4 hours per night. In my 30s, it was like 5 to 6 hours. The peak comes in the 50s, with 6-7 hours, and then it goes down again.
So you take your time now, also, to get the good sleep.
Again, it's getting less.
Yeah.
I know from people in the 80s that they're good with 4 hours again.
Yeah.
They can't even sleep longer. Physicality doesn't need it, doesn't demand it. And if you do what you want to do, you're active the rest of the day. And there's plenty of time for it.
So it's all about consciousness, right? Your consciousness into yourself.
I mean, look at modern life. You spend 8 hours doing things you don't want to do, earning the money, to have the financial capacity to kill off your resistance after the working hours, to distract yourself from the unhappiness that you have created by spending money on entertainment and drugs and consumer articles, to distract you from the pain you have created in the first half of the day. So at the end of the day, 2/3 of the day are wasted either doing things you don't want to do, and then rebalancing the unhappiness you have created. So you might as well do neither of both.
Change your life, huh?
Start doing what you really want to do.
Yeah, what you love.
And if this is kind of the present you have to share with the world, and you share it freely, at some point reality will pay back in abundance and carry you in what you do, and then you can do what you want to do. And then you're not exhausted after 8 hours. You're more like, wow!
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Well, we already 25 minutes. Maybe just one question on how you would start to help other people go in healing. Does it need to be that you really have to conquer the lowest part? Or can you go and help people in front? Or
this is the order of things. First you clear yourself.
Yeah.
When you're cleared, you carry 2 blueprints. The blueprint of the healed human and the blueprint of the healing of a human. The healed version is kind of easy. You take a Yanomami Indian, from the Amazonas. He's completely okay. He never fell, he never broke, he's completely healthy. And I always say, give him a chainsaw and the rainforest is gone. Because he never fell. So the first opportunity to fall, he's going to take that and do it. So a healing blueprint is how to get out of the fallen state back into the healthy one. And this is the knowledge about the way to return. So what you need is both the blueprint for the healed self and the blueprint for the healing process to return to the healed state. If you have both in you, then it makes sense to hold the space for someone who is traveling that path.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to say much, you're just there, and whatever you talk, the signature of your voice will transfer the blueprint, and he will get inspired and find his way. And the rest is inner work. You don't need to explain many things how it works. If you are really skilled in accompanying people, you can hum them through without saying a single word. Just a matter of frequencies and reproducing the experience of the healing path.
Yes.
On a vocal vibrational plane. And then the inspiration goes through and the other one will start crying himself without even realizing what he cries about. But he will experience the emotional relief and the healing.
This is what you do in the processes, like this, you make it just happen.
Yeah, I've been fucked up completely, so I have lots of blueprints in me. How to get back to a healthy state, and this is what you can share, and this is what the gift is at the end of the day. This is why we don't judge someone. If someone comes and said, last lifetime I have raped 25 women and killed 15 men, and choked a couple of babies in boiling water with my bare hands, I say, wow, beautiful. So it's something to heal, and when you're done with the healing, you're going to be a gift for the others who still have that path ahead. So there's no point in judging. It's just like finding the path back, and then you're a gift to everyone. And this is what responsibility at the end of the day is. Taking responsibility for yourself first, and then you have the ability to respond to the suffering of others by offering the blueprint. But you don't go save them. You just sit there with your capacity, and if someone is asking you to help out, you're allowed to help.
I'm just like,
Unless
yeah.
you want to return to the drama triangle and become the savior that ends up as the victim at the end of the day. And this is no fun. Never was.
I feel like right now I'm in a point of my life also with the baby and with everything that's happening. Like I need to go offline, like just to, just to be at the place where I need to be with myself and take in consciousness all levels for that healing to take place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what life is about.
This is where maybe also the viewer needs to go into, and this is where you also were, like you said, fully mental.
I was a mess.
Yeah, and then thinking that you were the one maybe at those moments that you were the savior or you're pointing the fingers, or I don't know how your situation was at that point, but.
Yeah, I remember a couple of years ago I was invited to speak on a congress about what love is. And I gave a list of 8 things I mistook as love during my life. And ended with a clear statement, I have no clue what love is. It was like, I don't know, an honest statement 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Wow. So, at those moments you were not still fully healed yet then, or? Yeah.
I was kind of in this state where I mistook joy for love.
What does that mean? That's the fun aspect of love.
Joy was kind of the highest feeling I had experienced. And I thought, oh, this must be love.
Yeah, joy, yeah. Isn't that our natural state of living, of the structure of Mother Gaia, having joy all the time? No. It's a part of it.
If you would ask me for a definition, joy is some form of feedback loop between expressed things and their expression. If you have a high degree of coherence between the expression and the thing you want to express, this perception of coherence would be my definition of joy. It's nothing to do with the love.
And what is the love then, to end it with?
And love comes from the joy comes from the eyes.
Joy comes from the eyes, yeah.
And love comes from the heart. Easy to tell the difference when you know. I always had this thing flowing out of my eyes, like, joy.
For a woman, you mean that also, right?
Also,
could be,
yeah. Enjoying the beautiful looks of a woman, possible.
And then love is like...
Yeah, or enjoying the coherence of the perception of the soul of the woman with what you expect her to be. Yeah. It can also, it's has to do with coherence. And love is a source. It's something emitted from the very spiritual core of yourself. It's coming from the divine spark in the heart, flowing into any direction.
All right, let's go.
Definitions.
No, we got it. Thank you so much, Harald. Take care, please. Watch your viewer. It's all about healing, and when we go in healing, then we can go into creating the natural structure, the organic structure of life. Who could say that would be possible here? Thank you so much, Harald. Amen to you and for your work. And may the watcher heal and feel and be real instead of, the seminars are full, so, yeah. Maybe Spirit Consult is your website. .org. So if you can find a spot and register yourself and go in front, then maybe you get the spot. So yeah.
Thing is, it's in German mostly.
Yeah, I'm here like a Belgian guy in English, trying to grasp it and doing my best. So yeah, only for German at the time. Maybe soon English. Thank you.